चलो मेरे यारो कल चक दो फटे पाकिस्तान दे ऑल द बेस्ट रब राखा तुहाडे नाल है
Hello and welcome everyone. You're watching our special on the mother of all battles, the real final, or as many say, the final before the final. India versus Pakistan, that's what we're building up to. And there you heard Harbhajan Singh's message for the Indian team out there in Adelaide against Pakistan playing their opener in the World Cup. I'm Shivani Gupta. Joining me on the show, our resident cricket expert Nikhil Chopra with us on our headlines today cricket field, and I'm sure Nikhil's fingers are itching to spin a little bit here in our makeshift pitch. But joining us from Adelaide, our consulting editor Boria Majumdar, who's joined by Saurav Ganguly, former India captain. We'll get a sense of just how the atmosphere is in Adelaide in the build-up, and also how what India can expect in this match against Pakistan. Also joining us will be former England captain Nasser Hussain. We'll get views from all of these gentlemen, but first up, all eyes on the big cricket blockbuster lined up for Saturday as arch rivals India and Pakistan lock horns for an encounter that fans have been waiting for with bated breath. Despite India's poor performance in recent games, the men in blue start as favourites. We set up this clash for you.
Expect the expected. Expect what's been on for years now. Because when India battle Pakistan, nothing changes. Except passion oozing off every pore. Except rivalry that can slice through steel. Except aggression that's ready to burst through the veins. That's what India versus Pakistan matches are all about. And now the two teams are set to bring sleepy Adelaide to life. Both sides ready to etch a fresh script of red-hot rivalry. So far, the script has had only one victor, India.
India has always been a tough opponent, so we're not going to take it easy. We're going to make sure that we wake up on that morning with positive frame of mind and look to win this time.
The pundits and history say India are the favourites to win this one too. And despite the poor form and despite the poor result down under. In the 5 matches played in the past, India started by winning in Sydney. In Bangalore, the Indian team repeated the dose. In 1999, India won in Manchester despite the low score. In Centurion, Sachin handed Pakistan a mauling. And then in Mohali, Pakistan dropped too many catches to lose the semi-final. For Dhoni and his men, this match will be very important. A win over their arch rivals could mean that the men in blue could finish at number 1 or 2 in the pool stages. Pakistan, on the other hand, have been struck by a storm. Their top bowlers are out, and now the team will not have the man they call the Professor. Pakistan will surely miss Mohammad Hafiz, and that has led to some unease in the team's planning.
So I'll still probably sit down and put our heads together and try to find the best team to play against the Indians.
Adelaide has turned into a mini Asia for the match. Tickets for the matches were sold out within 3 hours. And not a single hotel room is available in a 50-kilometer radius. That's what an India versus Pakistan match means. An organizer's nightmare, but for fans, sheer delight.
India v Pakistan, the biggest match of the competition, the final before the final, the ultimate sporting rivalry, and definitely the match the whole world is waiting for. People will congregate from all parts of the world. 1.2 billion will hope that India keeps its impeccable record intact. And at the end of the match, it's 6-0. With camera person Manish Mathur, Boria Majumdar for Headlines Today.
And let's go across straight to Adelaide first up, where Boria and Saurav Ganguly are waiting for us. Boria, just tell us what the build-up has been like. You've been interacting with a lot of fans there. And also, what does Saurav feel about this encounter, given the build-up for both these teams?
Very quickly from me, Shivani, and bulk from Saurav. Build-up has been exceptional. 40,000 people, chock-a-block stadium, all hotels sold out, all restaurants are chock-a-block. It's Saturday night. It's one heck of a match. Saurav, the question is, what is the build-up like? What do you think about this encounter? Talk about your feelings.
Well, I've seen this before. It hasn't changed. The degree hasn't changed. People turn up and still support or watch India-Pakistan game, and that's why it's an India-Pakistan game. It's about the excitement. It's about the politics. It's about the hype. Everything is an India-Pakistan game, and that's why it makes it so special. And this World Cup has just taken off to a fabulous start. I saw Australia-England play today in MCG, and it was just packed. Absolutely packed. Not one seat did I see empty. New Zealand in Christchurch was packed, and tomorrow there won't be any seat in that stadium. So it's a great sign for the game. It's a great thing for the World Cup, and it has just started off with a bang. Two big games, two rather very good teams winning on day one, which is not surprising, and there's going to be another cracker tomorrow. It's going to be a lot more closer than what it has been today, but I'm still on India's side.
Believe you me, Shivani, when I go to that Adelaide Oval, there's music, there's dance, there's songs with colour. It's one heck of an atmosphere. You should have been here. You'll come here soon, but you should have been here for this one.
Well, you are in an enviable position, really, Boria. Thanks for rubbing that in, that I'm not there in Adelaide. But let me go across to Nasser. Nasser, do you think India start as favourites despite the horrible run they've had in Australia, winless apart from that warm-up match against Afghanistan? Do you think Pakistan, being the side that they are, always very talented but mercurial, will start as underdogs?
I think obviously with India never having lost a World Cup game to Pakistan, India will be favourites. They are still World Cup champions and holders of the trophy, and I think they'll be pleased that they're playing against a side that's not Australia. I've been there as an England captain. The World Cups have always come on the back of an Ashes tour for us. We always had 3 long months where we didn't win many games. So just to get away from Australia, and what a way to get away from Australia. India look like they need a bit of a spark of life, and there is no greater spark of life than an India-Pakistan encounter. So I think it's exactly what Dhoni and Kohli and the guys need. They need an India-Pakistan game just to get their World Cup going and just to remind them of all the great times in the past.
But what if they're on the other side of the result? Then that great World Cup start can go horribly wrong also, Nasser.
That hasn't changed. From Ganguly to Dravid to Tendulkar, if you lose to Pakistan in any game, then turn off your televisions, turn off your radio, don't pick up a newspaper for a long, long time. That doesn't matter whatever game it is. So these guys know that pressure. They'll realise that pressure. But I honestly believe it's the game they need. Either way, even if they lose, it will be a massive wake-up call that this is our World Cup trophy and we better buck our ideas up and sort ourselves out because we want to get through. We want to qualify. India is still a dangerous outfit. They need to just find their form, win tomorrow. Pakistan are a mercurial side. On their day, as they've just beaten England comfortably in a warm-up game, on their day they can beat anyone and lose to anyone. So if you're not switched on against Pakistan, especially under Misbah, I think Misbah's got them all together, even with all the injuries and all the guys missing. You'll come unstuck unless you play well.
All right, let's listen into what the former Pakistani captain Shahid Afridi himself had to say before this big encounter. Of course, this is going to be his last outing in the shorter format for Pakistan. He's announced his impending retirement after this World Cup. And he also said that he would like to get that record of the fastest ODI century back. Corey Anderson broke it first and then AB de Villiers recently. But listen in to Shahid Afridi setting up this match for us.
शायद भाई इस मैच की तैयारी हमारी टीम तो 2.5 महीने से कर रही है, आप कुछ दिन से आए हैं, लेकिन एक खिलाड़ी का खौफ है, हमेशा रहता है, शायद
मेरे ख्याल में ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है। आई थिंक दोनों टीमें काफ़ी बैलेंस हैं, दोनों टीमें काफ़ी अच्छी हैं और आई नो कि इंडिया की टीम यहाँ पे 3 महीने से खेल रही है तो अच्छा आइडिया हुआ है उनको भी कंडीशन का, पिचेस का भी। और मैं समझता हूँ कि आप जितने भी मैचेस हारे हो पास्ट में ये जो मैच है एक नया कंपटीशन शुरू हो रहा है। अब आप ज़ाहिर बात है जब आप नए कंपटीशन में जाते हो तो कोशिश ये होती है कि आप अच्छा से अच्छा परफॉर्म करो। तो पाकिस्तान और इंडिया का हमेशा बैलेंस रहता है मुकाबला।
सेमीफाइनल हमें याद है, इतना सा पाकिस्तान रह गया, लेकिन वो सपना तो है आपका भी, क्योंकि इसी ज़मीन पर पाकिस्तान 1992 वर्ल्ड कप जीता है। अब कंडीशन थोड़ी रहता है सब कॉन्टिनेंट से, उस लिहाज से भारत पाकिस्तान को पूरे टूर्नामेंट में कहा दें।
आई थिंक हमारी हरकतों पे कि हम क्या करते हैं लेकिन ये है कि मेरे ख्याल में एशिया की टीमों में से ऑब्वियसली टफ टीम है, अच्छी टीम है, और पास में अगर परफॉर्मेंसेज देखी जाए तो अच्छी क्रिकेट खेली है इन्होंने। ठीक है, आप सिर्फ परफॉर्मेंस नहीं होती, कोई सीरीज़ होती है कि जैसे पाकिस्तान इतना अच्छा नहीं परफॉर्म किया 1-2 मैचों में, इंडिया ने अच्छा परफॉर्म नहीं किया, लेकिन ये एक टाइम होता है जिसमें आप दोबारा अपने आप को उठाते हो। दोनों टीमों को पता है इस वर्ल्ड कप की इंपॉर्टेंस का पता है कि कितनी है, और मैं समझता हूँ कि एज अ पाकिस्तानी प्लेयर आई थिंक वी ऑल आर वेरी मोटिवेटेड। तो इंशाल्लाह के आई होप लेट्स सी, मैं तो एंजॉय करना चाह रहा हूँ और ऐसे बड़े मैचेस को हमेशा एंजॉय करके खेलना चाहिए।
Right, Nikhil, do you think Pakistan has it in them to break the jinx? You know, it is going to be difficult because there's so much historical burden when they play India in a World Cup match, especially.
It's all about pressure. And, you know, you talk about a side. Of course, they're a very talented side, you know, on that very particular day. Whatever plans, Shivani, you've got, at the end of the day, it's all about execution. And for some strange reason, Pakistan in the last 5 encounters in the World Cup, somehow they don't seem to get it right. You know, whether it's
they dropped Sachin Tendulkar 4 times in a match.
Absolutely. So it's all about temperament and how you handle pressure. And when you talk about talent, they are a very talented side.
Yeah.
And you know, one thing fantastic what Nasser said, the Indian team probably to start their World Cup campaign needed a game like Pakistan just to wake them up. Forget
Get
about
their juices flowing as
absolutely. Forget about what's happened in the test matches.
Yeah.
Forget about that one-day series. This is it. This is a new competition, and I'm glad that they're playing Pakistan their first game.
Absolutely. Whoever wins this one, of course, we're hoping it's India, and history is behind them, is going to get that real boost in their World Cup campaign, because this is their first match for both sides in this campaign. And it has been a pretty poor run-up for India. So in that sense, a win here, and it could be magical for their campaign. Listen to what Indian captain Dhoni said about his team bringing out their A game in order to beat Pakistan in their first match. Dhoni added that all members of the team are fit, which is good news as far as selection is concerned.
Well, we'll have to try our best, and that's what it's all about. You know, it's not really about stats. As far as the preparation in the dressing room is concerned, it looks just fantastic. And also the fact that when you play Pakistan, you know, there's definitely more intensity on the field, and with a lot of fans being around, I think, you know, it will be a perfect scenario for everyone to raise their level of performance. Well, I don't know whether it will be an even contest or not, because it's very difficult to predict. But as far as injury is concerned, we don't have any injuries in the squad. Yes, Ishant is the only one who's missing, so that's still a big positive, you know, because it has been a long summer for us over here. So that's a positive sign, and the players have been here for quite some time, so they know the condition well, and at the same time they've got quite a few games, you know, in the tri-series. So overall, it's looking good. I think what's important is to know the opposition well, you know. And I'm not someone who believes greatly in stats, so what will be important for us will be to execute our plans as normal, you know, against every side. That's the key factor, you know. Whatever plans you have, if you can execute them, then definitely you will create problems for the opposition. So irrespective of where the stats lie, what's most important for us will be the execution part, because we've got quite a few plans, but execution is something, you know, being consistent and executing is something that we have lacked to some extent. So, you know, hopefully we'll start executing well.
Right, Bhaji is also with us, someone who's played his part in many Indian and Pakistan encounters. Bhaji, according to you, according to your vast experience, what should players take care of during a crucial India-Pakistan game like this? What worked for you, for instance, in the past?
Well, as a player, all I need to take care of is playing well. That's all. I just keep things very simple. You play on best of your ability and look to do, you know, what you can do rather than, you know, concentrating on other things. You know what is happening outside of this ground. You know, a lot of people are watching. They are doing their job. You need to do your job. You know, you just have to concentrate on each and every ball you bowl and each and every ball you face. That's simple, and that's what I look to do. But of course, pressure is going to be there, you know, as always. And I hope our players will take the pressure, absorb the pressure, and play better in those situations.
Now, if there has ever been a consistent factor in an India-Pakistan World Cup match, one, India has always won. Two, Sachin Tendulkar has played a very crucial role in all of these encounters. So let me go across to our experts and ask them what they feel about this. Nasser, Sachin Tendulkar not there for the first time in an India-Pakistan encounter in a World Cup. How crucial a factor do you think that's going to be, because he's done so well for us in all of these matches?
Well, I'm guessing any side will miss Sachin Tendulkar, and I'm guessing India's missing Sachin Tendulkar. But, you know, the country and the side themselves have moved on, to be honest. It's time for the next generations of heroes to be made in India-Pakistan encounters. I think it was Virat Kohli that gave me a brilliant line when I interviewed him after that famous World Cup win in Mumbai in 2011. What was it like carrying Sachin around the boundary on your shoulders?
He's carried the weight and the expectations of the country for so many years. It's time we carried him.
Brilliant line from Virat. And it's now time for Virat and MS and Rohit Sharma, you know, the next generation of heroes, to go on and win India-Pakistan encounters, but not just tomorrow's game or tonight's game, to win, to have a good run in this World Cup. So yes, India will miss Sachin. I'm not sure Pakistan will. I think they'll have a little smile he's not playing, but there will be someone that will take his place.
Right. Boria and Saurav, what do you think about this factor? Boria, what does Saurav feel about Sachin not being there for the first time?
Yeah, I'd much rather ask him, what do you feel about Sachin missing? You've captained him, he won you many matches. Sachin not there for India-Pakistan.
Yeah, but that had to happen, isn't it? He can't keep playing forever. You know, his record in India-Pakistan games has been remarkable. You know, the innings in Johannesburg in Centurion, what a knock it was. And his record against Pakistan, as I said, if you look at the stats, it's phenomenal. But then every good thing has come to an end, and this great thing has come to an end. So it's up to the new boys now. And as I said, India still has the team and the ammunition to get past Pakistan tomorrow.
Shivani, you have Sachin in a different avatar, isn't it? This time for headlines today talking about India-Pakistan.
That's right. I was just going to say that, Boria, that it is Sachin Tendulkar's 6th World Cup here on 7th World Cup on headlines today at least. And after this show gets over, you can watch his preview of the India-Pakistan match. But let me go across to Bhaji once again. Bhaji, is it difficult for you personally to be sitting out of the team and not play an encounter like this?
Yes, very difficult. And to be honest, this is I mean, I never thought I'll be doing this, but of course I'm really missing. I hope that you know, we'll win this game, we'll win the World Cup, and you know, from there onwards, of course, there'll be a lot of opportunities for me as well to be part of the team and start winning game for India.
All right, Nikhil, let's have a final prediction. Do you think 6-0 for India?
I think so. I think if you guys can hold on to our nerves, Shivani, you know, like Tony said, execute the plans.
But that's a big if, isn't it?
It's not a big if.
With a young team.
For a young team, if we bat well, Adelaide is going to be, you know, good batting strip. So it just nullifies the Pakistani quick bowlers' attack. And I just hope that we play an additional batsman. That's an important thing. Just to get the balance right. That's the important key. Getting the balance right in the 11.
That's right. And there are going to be danger men in the Pakistan squad as well. India has prepared for them. It's all about how they start on the day and how the momentum, you know, goes from one team to another, who's able to handle pressure well. And Sachin Tendulkar will talk about how to handle pressure well after this show. But let's take a quick recap of the two results we saw today. The big one, of course, hosts Australia, the #1 team in the world, registering a big victory over England. Nasser Hussain's team, 111 runs the margin, and they dropped Aaron Finch in the first over and paid a big price. He ultimately went on to score 135. A hat-trick from Stephen Finn towards the later stage of the Australia innings. Not enough, because the batting just didn't come together for England. All right, with that, just hours to go before the big clash of the India-Pakistan clash in the World Cup in Pool B. I will thank all our guests, Nikhil, Boria and Saurav, for joining us from Adelaide, and of course Nasser Hussain to join us from England as well. All of these guys will be with us throughout the World Cup and will keep bringing you the best analysis of the matches. Goodbye from us for now.
You know, it says cricket unites. And here it's a motley gathering of people from England, from Kenya, from Punjab, from Italy, from Europe, from all parts of the world. And what has brought them to Australia? India-Pakistan encounter here in Adelaide. You know, what makes this so special?
Look, India-Pakistan, that's what cricket is all about. And the worst thing is, like, we're going to miss Sachin Tendulkar over here.
And you've got a tattoo at your chest, right?
Yeah. I've got this tattoo, Sachin Tendulkar tattoo in 2011 when India won against Australia in quarter-final. And then I show him in 2012 when he came over here.
Fabulous. Madam, you're from Italy, right?
I'm from Italy. I'm from Rome.
And you support India. You've got an Indian flag.
Hey, I support India. Go India tomorrow.
Fabulous. And you guys are from?
Kenya.
So you're all from supporting India?
Yeah.
So can we sort of hear you play the dhol a little bit?
Yeah, sure. This dhol is for Sachin Tendulkar.
Okay. Sachin Tendulkar is doing the World Cup for headlines today, so he'll hear you. This is what the World Cup is all about. It's a spectacle, it's color, and it's fun. Obviously the match is going to be tense. Obviously there's a lot of passion, a lot of intensity, but it's also cricket for fun. These people are enjoying themselves to glory here in Adelaide. Hopefully, at the end of the match, it'll be 6-0 for India, and this party will continue. Can we have it again?